Yes. Very good afternoon everyone. Welcome back to Pantech e-learning channel. This is Divyanjali from Pantech. Pantech is a platform where a person can experience, innovate and implement different research and development works over this platform. Firstly, I would like to welcome all the participants to this wonderful session. Before starting the session, dear participants, am I audible to all of you? Yes, very good afternoon. Before the starting of the session only I am telling, this is not your regular classroom session. Okay, so please try to make the session interactive. Dear participants, am I audible to all of you? So today's webinar or workshop is going to be under the caption blockchain. Dear participants, am I audible to all of you? Please do reply. It's audible, right? Okay. So firstly, I would like to welcome the college management, NRI college management to the session, and I would like to welcome the convener of the event, Professor J. Ramu sir, Department of CSC. Welcome sir, and I also would like to welcome all the participants to this workshop that is under the caption blockchain. Today, I am not telling you that you are going to learn everything about blockchain. No, that is not going to happen in one session, right? But if you can understand the basic things, whatever I am explaining you now, I can tell you that you can create some future, okay, some base to your future, okay. That is what I can tell you, okay. Fine. So why to delay? We'll move on to the session. Shall we move on to the session? Attendance link. Avinash, you will receive it by the end of the session. You will receive it by the end of the session, Avinash. Okay, so without any delay, we will move on to the session. Blockchain technology. First of all, what do you mean by various technologies right now? What are the various technologies we are having? Yes. Please make the session interactive. This is not going to be your routine classroom, right? This is a YouTube live session. You can make some interaction so that you will learn something. If you just going on listening, it won't enter into your mind. Okay, fine. We have various technologies in today's society, in today's market. Something like artificial intelligence technology, robotics, cyber security, blockchain, ethical hacking, cloud computing, web development. All these are the various domains of technologies we are having in the right now era, correct? So we have come up with this blockchain technology. What is this blockchain technology? The word itself is telling like few blocks are there and it is connected with some chain, interlinked with each and every block, right? So that is nothing but blockchain, that we understood in general. Okay, so what is this technology basically representing, we will learn now. Okay, fine. So let me first define what is this blockchain technology technically. Okay, so blockchain is a shared immutable ledger that facilitates the process of recording transactions and tracking assets in a business network. An asset can be tangible or intangible. Something like virtually anything of value can be tracked or traded on a blockchain network, reducing the risk and cutting cost of all involved. So in simple terms, I will tell you. For suppose if a person is transferring some amount, let us assume, okay, person A is transferring some amount, something like 100 rupees, we will consider basic rupees, okay, 100 rupees a person is being transferring to the person B, okay. While transferring, it is getting hacked, the account gets hacked and more amount is getting deducted. That is one of the basic issue that people are facing now, okay. If you can see your friends also, maybe in your friends also there might be like, if you are transferring some amount of 100 rupees, at the back end it is deducting 1000 rupees, okay. So such type of problems we can reduce by using this blockchain technology. Whatever the information, whatever the data, whatever the amount you are transferring, it will be secured, okay. It will be so secure. The main use of this technology is to transfer data or maintain the data securely, okay. Shared, so blockchain is a shared immutable ledger. Immutable means, yes, immutable, it means we cannot change. Once it is defined or once it is given some information, we cannot modify it. It is like permanent storage, we cannot change the data, okay. It's like permanent storage, okay. Fine, let us see why it is important. What is so special about this? Business runs on information. The faster it's received and the more accurate it is, the better. Blockchain is ideal for delivering that information because it provides immediate, shared and completely transparent information stored on an immutable ledger. Immutable ledger is nothing but distributed ledger. So in the complete different blocks, wherever we are sharing the data, through which we are sharing the data, it will be secured and we cannot change the data, okay. So it can be accessed only by permissioned network members. Only the members who are connected with that blocks of information only can change it. That too with permissions, okay. A blockchain network can track orders, payments, accounts, production and many more. So, and because members share a single view of the truth, you can see all details of the transactions end to end, giving your greater confidence and efficient data, okay. So the data can be shared efficiently without any changes, and if we wanted to change any data, not all the persons can change it, not all the persons have that capacity. Only the persons or only the members who are connected with that network only can change it, that too with the permissions, granted permissions of the connected network members, okay. So who took forward this blockchain technology? You might be heard about Satoshi Nakamoto, right? So that person was the first person who kept this blockchain, Bitcoin into existence, basic existence, okay. Fine, I am not telling more about the history of blockchain because we know that as the day-to-day number of technologies, number of needs and necessities of a person are increasing, not only for personal life, but also for professional life, in any organizations, business companies, okay, in any MNC as well. We want our data to be secure. we have a huge amount of data, huge quantity of data, but we do not know how to store securely, right? For suppose if I have some tender file, I have to make that to be secured, right? We cannot share that information to everyone in the company. Only particular team members or particular group of members or particular department people only will know that. Not everyone needs to know that, because it will be hacked or it will be something like illegal, right? So they want to make the company's information to be so secure. For that purpose we use this blockchain technology. Okay, so here are few key elements of a blockchain. So we understood something from the definition that different blocks are interrelated, interconnected, where my information is going to share from person 1 to person n number of persons. Okay, here we will consider only two members basically to make you understand. So our complete data, huge amount of data, has to be transferred securely, clearly, efficiently, fastly, right? So in short span of time we have to share the data from person A to person B through these blocks. So my huge amount of data will be divided into n number of blocks or n number of transactions. That transaction recorded data will be stored in these blocks. Okay, each and every transaction detail will be recorded and stored so securely. Okay, and then shared or transferred to the person B. Understanding, everyone? See, dear participants, I don't want yes ma'am, no ma'am such answers. No, this is not your regular classroom, right? So you can tell like yes ma'am, I have understood, like that you can tell. Yes, is it clear till now? Do you think this is interesting? If yes, please raise your hands in the comments and tell me that yes ma'am, it's interesting. Yes, dear participants, I am waiting for your reply. Let me see how many are very active in the session. This is a very important technology. If you won't get afraid means I will tell you one more thing as well. So blockchain is completely new technology. Okay, there are no something like records or something like no pre-research works have been done. Work is going on implementations. Okay, number of implementations are being starting. If you want to build your career in blockchain, it's going to be completely new. Completely new. It's interesting, huh? Very good. Fine. So it's going to be completely new. You only have to go into the technology, work on that, research, do research, find some innovations and implement them. Okay, then only the technology will be exploring. This technology has a huge future. So please make use of blockchain technology. Wherever you find few sessions, you can just attend them. It will be helpful for you to create your future. Okay, fine. So coming back to our presentation, here are the key elements of blockchain technology. What are they? Distributed ledger technology, immutable records, smart contracts. So distributed ledger means, I have already told you, something like a ledger. It's like a collection, okay, data, okay. Immutable record means which we cannot change. The data cannot be changed. Smart contrast. It should be like efficient and it should be like fast. Okay. Next, how blockchain works. How it's going to work. So, as each transaction occurs, it is recorded as a block of data. For suppose if you have some n number of transactions, for each and every transaction we will have some history or something like some script, okay, something like recorded data. It will be like stored automatically. It will be going and storing that data. Okay, each block is connected to the ones before and after it. So if we have some n number of blocks in a network, how we can analyze where that block was? How? So whatever the input you are sharing, the different blocks also will take that. Okay, I'll show you here. Yeah. So basic block diagram of a blockchain. How it will be? First of all, I have to create some n number of sources will be there. Okay. I'll create some network here. Blocks of data. Members. These are the members. So member 1, member 2, member 3, member 4, member 5. I am telling you very practically. It's not like too hard. No, it's very simple step. Okay. These are the blocks of data. If I wanted to transfer some data from 5 to 6, okay, member 5 to member 5, I'll share the data to the both the blocks, and it will also be shared to the different blocks. Okay. In this manner, we are sharing the data from person 1 to person 2, making our data to be secured. For suppose I will take block 1, block 2, right? So the same data I am sharing to block 3, block 4 also. So if we give some amount of data, something like some addition data only, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, like that. Okay. So that data, what it will be there? It will be there in the before step and after step. Before the block, after the block, that input data will be there. So it is like this block is in between this. So this block is a first block, second block, third block, like that. Understanding? Understanding, dear participants? Don't make the technology to be so complex. Make it as simple as you can. Okay? Fine. So next is each block is connected to the ones before and ones after that particular block. Next, transactions are blocked together in an irreversible chain. Something like irreversible chain means, for suppose if you are having some error in the transaction. Now again process that error information to the block, to the same block. Then it will process the data and gives us the actual information. Okay. It will eliminate that error. How? Because I am actually giving the error data, so it will take off that and it will give me my actual information. Okay. So this is how a basic blockchain network is going to work. First we give some amount of data from person 1 to person 2. So whenever the data has to be transferred, the transaction information, okay, it will be divided or it will be stored to different blocks securely. Okay. Each block will be stored, that each block data will be stored in block before and block after. In the 3 blocks I am going to have the data. Okay. Transactions are blocked together in an irreversible chain. Why? Because when I process any transaction, by default due to the network issues, if I get some error, that same error data, error transaction information, again I have to forward to the same network. Then it will eliminate that error data and gives me my actual data. Okay, this is how a simple blockchain network is going to work. Am I clear? If it is clear, you can tell like it's clear, ma'am. Yes, I need response. This is not your class, I have told you. I need response, dear participants. Is it clear till now? Is it clear till now? If yes, please tell me, raise your hands and tell me it's clear, madam, like that. Because I want to know whether participants are understanding the session or not. It's clear, right? Very good. Who is this? Patan Nadeem. Very good. Indira. Thanks for your response, my dear participants. Fine. Raja Rajeshwari. Sheikh Mushan Raf. Yes, thank you so much for your response. So we'll move on to the next slide of our presentation. So here comes the benefits of using this blockchain. First thing is great trust. So why we should have great trust? Because information is going to be transferred with clear data without any interruptions. It can transfer the data. So it is having great trust, right? Next, great security. If you want to delete any data also, you can't. It's like permanent storage. So it is secure to transfer the files, transactions, anything it is. Okay. More efficient data is transfer. We can transfer huge amount of data through the network in an efficient manner. Okay. Fine. Yeah. What is this blockchain 101? So I have told you something about blockchain. It's a distributed, public distributed ledger system. So here you can see here blockchain, a food supply chain setting a table trust. If you consider our agriculture, okay. Yeah. So if you consider our agriculture, in the farming field, crops are grown, right? So let us take the people, farming people over here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people we consider. Okay. So what they will do? They will sell the crops to the market holders or the industries or any organizations, companies like that. Okay. Okay, we'll consider here company people. Okay. Here are the farmers. Here are the company people. Next, from company who will buy? Do you think we will buy from company? No. So here the retailers, shop people. Okay. So that people will buy. Next, from them people will buy. Correct? From retailers, different retailers, different people will buy the products or anything, crops. Okay. Okay, these are all the people you consider. Okay. So here farmers produce the crops and gives to the company people. They will fertilize them and then forwards to the retailers, and from retailers we people will buy. Correct? Crops, that is what? Any food or any crops will be buying, right? Anything. Okay, any food. So here is some long network. So whether we should know at which cost they bought and what is this work going on. So for knowing that what is the network, okay, what work is going on, how secure and how correctly it's going on, we should know, right, what food we are eating, right? So for that purpose, for that supply chain management purpose, what we are doing here is, wait, I'll just tell you. Okay, so for that particular supply chain we have to know, right? So for that purpose only we will be using this blockchain, okay, to make the complete network or to know the what is the information, what is the work going on, how it is being produced, how correctly it is given to the customers. So to know all this, a blockchain network is mandatory. Okay, setting up a table trust. So complete supply chain management has to be under the word or under the thing called trust. Okay, without trust we can't buy. Correct? Any products or anything whatever you buy, we based on the trust of the company or product trust only we will buy. Correct? So here also we are going to create some trust for this blockchain in this supply chain management. Understanding, everyone? I would like to know, dear participants, am I clear till now? It's clear, right? Okay. Next comes types of blockchain networks. So here are few of the blockchain networks: public blockchain networks, private blockchain networks, permissioned blockchain networks, consortium blockchain networks. So sorry for the interruption. Yeah. So public blockchain network where anyone can access the information. Okay. Private blockchain means only certain organizations only can access. In an organization, everyone can access. Permissioned blockchain means if you consider any organization also, in that organization with the permission of the management only, particular people, team members only can access the data. That is permission. Consortium blockchain. What do you mean by this? Any guesses? Consortium. It's like very few. Okay, it's like completely limited people only can access the data, like that. Okay. Dear participants, if you are not, anyone is not interested, you can just leave the session. Don't make the chat to be non-technical content. I request you, dear participants, please use this session. It will be helpful for you to build your career, at least to start working on what is the future you want to build. Okay. Right, at least few people are there who are interested. So don't make the chat non-technical, okay? If you are not interested, you can leave. Just don't attend for the sake of attendance, okay? Attendance link will be given to you by the end of the session. Fine? Okay, let us move on to the next slide. Yeah, here comes blockchain security. For what security? To make our data to be secure. Okay, risk management system for blockchain networks. What type of risk may be there? Hacking of data, manual interruptions, network issues. From all that, the security has to be given, right? The security has to be created, okay? So that is what all about this risk management, okay? Next comes use cases and applications. So what are the use cases and applications? Real time, these are all real time applications only. Improve the cryptocurrency security in financial services in banking sector. Transforming the healthcare outcomes with blockchain to know whether a person is attacked with any disease or not. Okay. Fueling in innovation in oil and gas industry. Fresh thinking in artificial intelligence technology, blockchain, IoT and supply chain purpose. So these are the applications. Fine. Now let us go to the application now. We have considered some Excel sheet data. I'll show you that. Yeah. Transaction data sets. So Bitcoin transactions. Do you know what is a Bitcoin? Do you know what is a Bitcoin? Bitcoin means digital currency, cryptocurrency, okay? Digital coin, you can tell like, okay? Its coin value, its digital currency value will change minute to minute, second to second it will vary. Suddenly it will increase its value, suddenly it will decrease its value. Something like stock analysis, stock market prices, okay? So its price value also will be changed. So for that Bitcoin transactions, that transaction details are here. Index data, address from where or to where it is being transacted. What is the flag, average minimum between the sent transaction, received, time difference, with how much time difference the data has been shared, okay? Sent transaction ID, received transaction, number of transactions. So we have a huge transaction details. How much is there, we'll see. It's nearly 9,842 recorded information we are having. So we are going to work with this transaction data set. Okay, fine. Now go to start all programs, type Jupyter. Generally we can implement in online also in Google Collaboratory. Here I am implementing the application in Anaconda Navigator software in Jupyter Notebook Editor window in Python language. Okay, once again I am telling you, I am going to implement the data or application in Anaconda Navigator software in Jupyter Notebook Editor window in Python language. Okay, so go to start all programs and type Jupyter Notebook, click on open. It will first open the command prompt in this way, then it will redirect us into the home page of Jupyter Notebook. Here is the home page. In this home page, First you have to select the location where your file is going to be stored. Generally my files will be in downloads, so I will select that location. Next, after that you have to select here your file name. Your file name will be with filename.ipynb extension. Remember one thing, your code file and input Excel sheet file should be in the same location. Then only that input data can be accessed by the program or by the coding. Okay, fine. Here is my IPYNB file, coding file. Just click on this, it will open your coding file. Okay, fine. So now we are going to work in Jupyter Notebook editor window in Python language. Why Python? Why? Because Python is a basic beginner language. Even the basic beginner with zero knowledge also can start working with this language, and within no time a person can develop different applications over this language. Okay, so we can master this Python language within short span of time. We are even having the Python Masterclass sessions in the evening time, that to 6 to 6:45. If anyone is interested in Python language, you can just join there. Okay, it is 110% useful. Only with Python there are n number of jobs. If you are having LinkedIn profile, please go through that. You can find n number of jobs only with Python. I am telling you, only Python language based. Okay, if you are not having any basic knowledge on any programming languages also, you can just join the Python advanced Python classes. It will be helpful for you. Okay, I hope people or participants will utilize this opportunity. Okay, fine. Coming back to our program. So we have taken some Excel sheet, right? What is that Excel sheet consisting of? Bitcoin transactions data. Okay, fine. To work with that particular Excel sheet data, we need to have few library files to work with our data. So we are applying here the machine learning models, okay, for our transaction data set. Okay, so fine. For any machine learning implementation, we will have 5 main important library files which are very much required to work with our data. What are they? First one, pandas. Pandas is a library file used for accessing of input data. To access input data or to work with input data, we use this pandas. Next is numpy. Numpy is a library file used for numerical values accessing purpose. Next one, matplotlib library, used for visualizing the data in graphical format. Next one, seaborn, used for customization purpose, something like color indication, size, length, for that purpose. Next is sklearn library file, which is used to access machine learning modules or algorithms. Okay, fine. We will import them. Okay, before importing them, let me first tell something about this Jupyter Notebook. Here you can see the rectangular box, right? This is called as a cell. Whatever the content you are writing within the cell, it has to be saved with save and checkpoint. Okay, if you want to add more number of cells, click on this plus symbol. If you want to delete any cell, click on this scissors. And if you want to copy paste any information, use these symbols. And we can run the code in 2 ways. One is click on run symbol one after the other line. The other way is click on shift plus enter on your keyboard. Okay, once again I am telling you, we can execute the code in 2 ways. One is click on run symbol one after the other line. The other way is click on shift plus enter on your keyboard. I hope everyone is understanding, right? If yes, please let me know that. Yes ma'am, I am understanding, like that. In your own words you can tell. Don't tell yes ma'am, no ma'am. No, I don't want such answers. Okay. So please tell clearly. We want the participants to understand the session clearly. Okay. If you are having any queries also, please let me know that in the comment section. I'll get back to each and every query by the end of the session. Okay. Fine. So first import pandas as PD variable. PD is just by default I have given. You can give any variable. Let it be ABC, 1, 2, 3, anything you can give. 1, 2, 3 you cannot give. You can give any variable. Okay, fine. Next, matplotlib.pyplot module as PLT variable. NumPy as NP variable. Seaborn as SNS variable. Import warnings which are to be neglected. From sklearn. Sklearn is a library file used for accessing of machine learning modules or algorithms. So from this sklearn.model selection technique, I have imported train test split module. I'll explain you about this module in the further cells. Okay. Next, from sklearn.preprocessing technique, import power transformer. Next, from sklearn.linear model selection, I am importing the algorithms or machine learning models, logistic regression, random forest classifier. Next, from sklearn.model selection imported grid search CV module. Now from metrics, sklearn.metrics. Metrics is a module used for mathematical calculation purpose. Import the output modules. These are all the output modules. Okay. Next, pickle. To connect it with something like Flask, like that, we can use this pickle. Next, in the next cell, you can see this is my input file, which is nothing but an Excel sheet data, CSV file. That complete file I am reading into the program with the help of pandas, and I am storing in a very small variable called df. Now, my Bitcoin transaction file, complete Excel sheet, 9400 something around, right? That much data is stored in a very small variable called df. Okay, you can give any variable. Here I mentioned something like df. Okay, fine. Now print df.shape function. Dot shape function describes total number of rows and columns present in my Excel sheet. How many number of rows are there? 9841 rows with 50 columns of information. 50 attributes, 50 features of information I am having in my input data. Okay, fine. So here I have applied header function. Header function by default, if you don't give any value within these brackets, by default it will display first 5 rows with all the columns. So first 5 rows starting from the index value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the columns will be displayed. Next, iLocation. It means till second column, all the data has to be stored in this variable. Okay. Now I have applied information block. Information block describes 3 parameters. For each and every column, every attribute, it will describe how much past data is there, how much column complete data is there, how much I have for all the columns, 9841. It will describe the count of past information. Next, it will describe whether that particular column is consisting of any null values or not, whether it is having any null values or not. And it will also describe which type of data type that particular column is consisting of, whether it is integer, floating point, or any other object oriented data. Okay, so it will describe 3 parameters. What are they? Count value, whether that particular column is consisting of null values or not, and which type of data type it is consisting of. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll select the data types of object oriented data. That object oriented data only I am storing in this variable. If I print them or if I represent them, you can see here object oriented data. Okay, 2 columns are there, object oriented columns. So I have separated them. Okay, now I'll check categories.columns. It means for each and every column it will check whether there are any object oriented columns are there. Okay, now categorical column has how many unique values are there. Each and you can see here I have 2 columns, right? 2 columns consisting of object oriented. So different objects, unique objects, how many are there? So you can see here 305 unique values in the first one and 467 unique values in the second column. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll include floating and integer columns also and store in this variable. Now I have applied describe function to this numericals variable. It means except this above 2 columns, all the columns will be displayed. For all the columns except the 2 columns, I have applied here describe function. It will describe me the count value, mean value, standard deviation, minimum maximum value, 25%, 50%, 75% values. Now I have applied var. So it will give me the variance values of each and every column. Okay. These are all the variance columns. We are not doing anything. System internally will calculate and give these values. Okay. Understanding everyone? Understanding everyone? If not, what is your query? Please let me know that. I'll explain you once again. Okay. Fine. Let us move to the next cell of data. Yeah. So here I have taken flag column, value counting that column and labeling that fraud and not fraud in that flag. Okay, how many are coming under fraud and not fraud? Okay, so color indications I am giving, and I am going to plot my data in bar chart. Title is given as target distribution. You can see how many are fraud, how many are not fraud. Transaction details. Okay, fine. Now I have applied correlation function, which will give me the relation between every two attributes present in my input data. Okay, fine. So I have applied here, and I am going to plot in the heat map function. With the help of heat map function, I am going to plot the correlation map. Okay, next. Now what I am doing, that correlated data only I am plotting here, you can see. So as we are having huge amount of data, the graph is too clumsy. Okay, next, drop this categories column. Categories column we will be eliminating from our input. Now fill the null values and define the median values of each and every column. Now with the help of heat map, I am going to plot the data. You can see here, it's completely clumsy. Okay, now if variance is equals to 0, that will be stored in no variance variable. Okay, now you can see here the time sent transaction, received transaction, these are the columns. So how many are there as 0, variance as 0, you can get them. Okay, so this is all about the transactions only, don't get confused. Okay, if you can understand, you can't understand anything, it means you are not aware of Python language. Malik side. This is easy only, ma. You might be afraid of you understanding the code only. For one time, not everyone can understand. This is a very complex code. Okay, why? Because it's an important application, so only I am telling you this. Okay, fine. Okay, here I have applied dot variance and dot shape function. It will give me the variance values as well as total number of rows and columns. Again, I have applied information block. Why? Because my data is getting modified, right? It's been modifying, so only I am again and again simplifying my data. Dot information block describes the count value, whether that column is consisting of null values or not, and which type of data type it is consisting of. Okay, this is all output only. Again, I have applied correlation function. It will give me the relation between every two attributes. Okay, now I am dropping these many columns from my input data. After dropping, again I applied correlation function. You can see here filtered columns are here displayed here. Okay, correlated here. Now with the help of heat map, the filtered columns are displayed here. Now that columns I am storing here. Next, here I am going to plot the data. So distribution of features, distribution of column 1, column 2, column 3, different columns I have considered here. All the columns I am plotting in graph. So you can see distribution of average minimum between sent transaction, received transaction, time difference for each and every column. We are doing nothing new here. Nothing we are doing. We are just giving that column data here so that it is count plotting the data in graph. Why we have to explore like this graphically? Because a system can understand the graphical data in the easiest manner. Okay, so this and all output only. Next, for I within the columns, each and every column it will check if that column values are, length of that column values are less than 10, then it will print the value count of that information. Okay, so you can see here column minimum value sent. Okay, how many are there? It will give the value count. Next, drop these two columns information now. Next, print the shape function, header function. Shape function determines total number of rows and columns, and header function describes first 5 rows with all the columns. Now from my complete transactions data, I want to know what is the input and what is the output. Okay, so here you can see flag, this is my output. Okay, remaining all columns are inputs. Okay, fine. So what I will do, only output column I am storing in Y, all input I am storing in X. Okay, print for X and Y, I have applied shape function which will give me total number of rows and columns. Now give this train test split module to X and Y variables. How we are going to divide? Because For suppose, if I give some input transaction details to the model and ask the model to give the predictions, do you think it can predict? No. It does not have that much capacity or capability. That's why we have to train the model to understand what our input transaction details we are consisting of. Okay, so I am applying this module to x and y variables. Test size I gave 2%, it means 20% data. 0.2 means 20% data. Remaining 80% data I will give for training purpose. Random states 123 I give. It means we can take any number of random states. It might be 0, 50, 100, anything you can consider. In this format I am dividing my data into x train, x test, y train, y test. Now for this x train, y train, x test, y test I have applied shape function. It will give me total number of rows and columns. Next, so this module, power transformer module I am storing in a variable called norm. Okay, so fitting to the training data, the normalized data will be stored in this variable. Now you can see that column is added at last. Power transformer norm underscore df, that's a variable. Okay, so I have stored in that variable. Next, just to plot the data, as the data got modified, we are plotting again distribution of features, everything in graph. These are all titles we have given, box plotting the data. Okay, now can you see the difference between the first and second graph? We have there it was clumsy, here it is clearly displaying, right? Fine. Now here I am applying the smooth module to the training data. Why? Because it will give the something like oversampling will be taken off. It will balance my data. After balancing for training data I have applied, right? The shape function we got here. Not fraud, fraud. How many are not fraud? How many are fraud? We have considered here basically. Next, it will check the condition. If I is equals to 0, it is not fraud. In the not fraud, it has to add. Else it should be added in the frauded list. Okay. No, yes, 0, 1. Okay. If j is equal to 0, add in the no list. If j equal to 1, it has to be added in the yes list. Okay. Now print that before sampling and after sampling. You can see before sampling how many are not frauds and how many are frauds. After oversampling how many are frauds and not frauds. Now till now we have considered the input data. Then again what we have done? We have pre-processed it using few functions. Next again what we have done? We have visualized in graph to make the system understand our data in the easiest way. Then we have splitted the data into training and testing category. Now I am going to apply the algorithm, that is model, that is logistic regression. This algorithm comes under the regression technique of supervised approach, where it will plot my data in S-curve format. Take that model into a variable, fit the training data to that variable. Next, prediction has to be calculated with the help of X-test. Now I want the prediction with the help of X-test data. Print that shape function, and for Y prediction, that is the output prediction, how many are zeros and ones, how many are frauds and not frauds. This is using logistic regression. Now print the classification report and confusion matrix, which are to be calculated with the help of Y test and Y prediction values. Next, to plot the confusion matrix. This is the classification report, where system internally will calculate certain values like precision rate value, recall value, F1 score value. Support means variables, how many number of variables coming under 0 and 1. Understanding? Yes. Null value means 0. Is it clear? Malik Sai, is it clear? Meaning of okay, truly given data, and the second row represents the actual predicted data. Next algorithm or model is random forest algorithm. It is used for multiple conditions checking purpose. For multiple conditions we will have multiple outputs. Based on majority voted output, the actual output will be determined. Now taking that model into a variable, fit for the training data, find the prediction, next print the confusion matrix, classification report and score. Okay. Next is XGBoost classifier. This also we have applied in the same manner we predicted the data. Now parameters grid, it means number of parameters. We have considered different parameters. I got next confusion matrix. So how many are plotting under zeros and ones? These are the truly given data. These are the actually predicted information. Okay. Next we are finding the probability of our prediction. Okay. Take it. So I can tell like this XGBoost classifier is giving me the best predicted result, that is nearly 98% accurately it can predict the data. This is what I can tell. This last line is not needed, till here only your application is. So in our application, that is Bitcoin transaction details, when I apply this to machine learning models, which algorithm is able to correctly predict the transaction details means all can predict, but with certain accuracy levels. By comparing the accuracy levels, we can tell like XGBoost classifier algorithm is able to predict my input transaction details with correct accuracy, that is nearly 98% correctly. It can predict the input data, transactions data. I hope it's clear. I need response from all the participants. Please do reply. Is it clear? I hope everyone understood this application. If you could not understand also, you can just rewind the session. It will be helpful for you. You can clearly understand which instruction, what is its use like that. Okay. And if possible, try implementing by yourself. If possible, we'll share you the Excel sheet input file also, but not in YouTube actually. You can connect to us in other social media like YouTube, podcast, not YouTube, something like Facebook, LinkedIn and Instagram. You can just LinkedIn and Instagram links I'll be sharing you. In FB groups, you can just join there and you can ask us the queries over there. We'll be helping you. Okay. I hope everyone will use this opportunity. And also, we are going to start Artificial Intelligence Masterclass this 21st of this month. 30 days Masterclass, complete from the basics. We are going to start the sessions. So this will helpful if you are really interested to use this something like build your career in AI or settle in AI field, AI technology. This Masterclass will be helpful for you. You can create the future. Okay, so use this opportunity, don't waste it. Okay, fine. Next slide. Yeah, here comes the blockchain for different industries where we can implement. Okay, in supply chain industry, healthcare monitoring, government sectors, retailers, media and advertising, oil and gas industry, telecommunication, manufacturing purpose, insurance, financial services, chit fund firms like that, travel and transportation industries. In all these industries, we have a great usage of blockchain technology and it's going to be completely changed the next era. Not one technology, interlinked, okay. It will be like blockchain with cyber security, with AI, like that it will be there. Not only single technology, no. Artificial intelligence also, if you consider, not only AI with another cyber security, blockchain, web development, something it will be adding, okay. Day to day number of works are going on. People like us are doing number of works on these technologies, so only day to day updates are being coming. Okay, fine. Yeah, we have done this hands-on session. Now let me know any queries. Any queries, dear participants? Yeah, we have provided the attendance link in the comment section. Please do fill the attendance form to get the certificate. I hope everyone enjoyed the session. If you are having any queries, you can just ask me, I'll answer you. Differences between C and blockchain. C language is totally different. It's a basic beginner language, okay. Every computer programmer has to learn that. That's by default. Now even students are learning, school kids. Blockchain, it's totally different. How you are comparing them? Regarding certificates, we'll get back to you, don't worry. Okay, so I hope everyone enjoyed this session. Yeah, last but not least, dear participants, if you really liked the session, please do like, comment, friends who are in need of learning some fascinating technologies. And if you are the first time visitor, please do subscribe to Pantech e-learning channel. Updates on our channel regarding technical knowledge. Okay, practical, technical, different various technologies we will be giving you. So now we are going to start AI. Next we are going to start web development. So day to day number of activities will be going on. It will be helpful for you to build your career in the best future. Okay, in the best way. I hope everyone will utilize this and thank you for all your time and have a very nice time. Thank you all.